GangRadio.com. Take over. Last mission. Final boss mode.
Yeah, so now we get into our preview, pretty much the biggest fight this weekend. And this is one of those fights that you're just like, finally it's happening. But it's just like more like you just want to get it over with. Anthony Joshua, the unified heavyweight champion of the world, facing long-time number one contender too. These heavyweight sanctioning bodies and their number one contenders. For the IBF, Kubrat Pulev.
Yeah, can we get this shit out the way? Like, I can't get up for this.
Yeah, like Pulev.
It's the biggest. Let me get this shit out the way fight since Canelo Chavez Jr.
I'm saying, like, Pulev, like Povetkin is another layover from the past heavyweight era, who somehow was never properly swept aside. Pulev only has one loss to Vlad, and that was like 6 years ago. And that was his only world title shot. And dude was like pretty much washed and KO'd brutally.
Yeah, but I mean, I could see why Povetkin hasn't been, properly laid to rest. Pulev is a completely different story.
Yeah,
Pulev should have got some work by now.
Pulev should have more than one loss, and if you look at his record, like he has names on his record. He has a Sam Peter win. He has a Derek Chisora win. He has a Huey Fury win. He has Alexander Usmanov win. He has Alexander Demetro win. He has a Tony Thompson win. Like, dude he has a dominant.
That's what I'm saying. Like, all these guys is capable.
Yeah, like he has these wins on his record. You can figure out but his career is what it is. Like, he's one of the biggest what the fucks out there. Like, he should the way he fights, he should have more losses. Really. Like, he shouldn't be on it. He shouldn't be there, but somehow, some way, like when he signed the Top Rank, I think he got a little bit of a push by Bob Arum, and then of course this Top Rank fight, he almost loses. He comes very close to losing the fight, and then after that fight, he goes and commits some sexual harassment shit by kissing a reporter who wasn't asking for it. And he got like suspended for that or some shit like that. Like,
yeah, that's it. That same reporter was like chilling with them, I think.
Yeah, back then, it was on the lap of someone on his entourage with her breast all hanging out. So
yeah,
that could possibly
the whole story wild.
Yeah, and obviously, and it was wild that Pulev for as long as he's been fighting. That was the shit that actually got him attention for, like, he was in the spotlight for a minute over that. So it was just like, but it was wild. But now, like,
come on, like,
yeah, like the IBF. IBF should have took his ranking away, like, especially because they were supposed to fight back in 2017, and then he got injured, and then Anthony Joshua faced what's his name? Takam. There we go. So it's like, Pulev is just like, yeah, and I think I can agree with everyone will probably agree with me that we all expect Pulev to get knocked out in this fight.
Yes, hopefully quickly.
Yeah. So what rounds are we thinking, fellas?
Give it three rounds.
5.
2. Though, I mean, it shouldn't go past 5. That's for damn sure. But I honestly think,
nigga, even 5 is stretching it. Like,
I mean, the guy got here for a reason.
I mean, that's facts, though. I mean, Pulev is obviously just a means to justify it, because we all know that a super fight is brewing for 2021 with Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. This is just Anthony Joshua's mandatory, although he may have another mandatory issue coming up with Usyk, wanting to pressing for his shot, but it's the heavyweight divisions, has these weird one-offs.
Man, that's the other thing. Fucking Dubois, I feel like, in my personal opinion, fucking Dubois getting his eye pushed and fucking took the sail out of the heavyweight division a little bit. Because I'm like expecting him to be in the mix, and now it's like, oh fuck. So kind of took the air out the tire.
Yeah, but
Yeah, 'cause the kid who got next is like no longer next. Like,
yeah, but I mean, on the other hand, Joe Joyce now, who's now most likely gonna, he's gonna get a high ranking from somebody.
Yeah, he's gonna get a higher ranking, and he's gonna get his shit pushed in by the top guys.
No, well, we'll see. I mean,
that's why they do the fights.
dude be on some juggernaut shit, so I mean, we'll see eventually.
Yeah, let me get a FA with Ajabe and Joe Joyce.
Yeah,
I like to see that.
yeah, I can see who's pressure, who breaks
Juggernaut versus Sentinel.
I mean, his nickname is the one and only, but that doesn't sound as epic as Juggernaut, But yeah, no, Joshua, like I mean,
Nah, that big nigga the size of a damn Sentinel. That's all I'm saying. Like
facts, that's pure facts. Like I said, if anyway, to make sure, obviously, we don't, bore, like, it should just be a brutal being. Like, if Anthony Joshua just goes ahead and slaughters this guy, then I'll be satisfied. Like, one thing I'm hoping just like no 2020 shit occurs in this fight, because we still got a couple more weeks left in this shit. If Pulev,
we didn't see Joshua get a KO in a little minute. Been a few years.
yeah, and I want to see it. And like I swear I'll lose my mind. Like Andy Ruiz, like I mean when that happened, like I mean that was like because I think highly of Andy Ruiz, so that wasn't a thing. I don't think highly of Pulev. I think Pulev is an awful fighter, and an awful fighter who has wins, who has actual credible wins on his record, and I don't understand it.
It's a heavyweight division, man. Like, we be spoiled with 154 and 135 and 140 and
175,
and 170.
And
yeah, like
anything below
heavyweights, that shit is snail pace, nigga. Like,
yeah,
and everybody's like a C+ fighter that just have great days and off days.
off days.
Every once in a while, you'll get like 2 B+ guys, and here we are.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, we just hope. I mean, I know, people who are back Pulev, you don't like what we're saying. Like, I mean, it's hard for us not to feel that way. We just want, but like I said, this fight is pretty much the IBF not wanting to get, not wanting to put somebody else at number one contender for the last 2 years. So. We just gotta hope that Pulev gets
everything
swept.
goes so slow because of it.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, basically our predictions are 2, 3, and 5. If it goes past 5, that means something went wrong. Yeah, or there was some real fuckery that happened. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't expect this fight to go wrong.
Yeah. Joshua need a KO to get his name buzzing, Joshua and Fury both coming off a KO. That's good for the division.
Mm-hmm.
Good for the sport. If they can fight next, then that's real good. If Joshua doesn't fight Fury next, I don't know what other fighters out there for him. That's really a big fight like that.
Joshua Usyk is the fight. I mean, it's a big enough fight where it has interest. Now,
yeah. Oh yeah. Well, of course. But I'm thinking like I don't even know if Joshua would do the Usyk fight if he can't get Fury. But if he can, that'd be a good fight. I don't know what's the third option. Because heavyweights be so trash.
Yeah, I mean the third option is one of the many amongst the barren wastelands of heavyweights fighters. So it's not even worth
Ooh, Michael Hunter?
I mean,
yeah.
It's a fight, but
I'm kind of over the spoiling ass nigga.
Damn.
I mean, I still think Michael Hunter.
The day he say that shit, wow.
I mean, I still think Michael Hunter can, but But yeah, heavyweight, like, pretty much it's very top of it. Like, once, do we get Joshua Ortiz fight or Joshua Ruiz 3, or some shit like that.
And let me get Joshua's Joe Joyce. Fuck it, Colossus and Juggernaut, nigga.
But it looks like a heavyweight, moves very weird and very slow at times.
Even getting the B level heavyweights to fight each other is like a drag. We get B versus D level fighters.
Like shit, I don't even know how we got the boys Joyce.
Yeah, I think Frank Warren gambled and just he gambled and he fucked up.
I mean, we had to watch Kaunaki run across C level after C level fighters, and then he couldn't even do his job. So the fuck.
Yeah, that's very true. Fact.
Yo, where is Kaunaki? Like, did he wake up yet?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, granted, obviously he fought this year, but Kaunaki, for his career to recover, like, dude needs to A, lose the fucking weight, and B, learn some fucking defense. And,
move his fucking blood clot head.
Yeah, like, getting hit over 300 times by Chris Arreola in a 12-round fight does not do a heavyweight good. Even a faded Arreola.
Oh, you mean another fighter from the old guard that, the new heavyweight division has failed to put to pasture? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the funny thing too is like Arreola actually had fights where he struggled against them, but like Wilder, should have been it for him.
Yeah.
but
no, nigga Stavern should have been it for him.
Yeah, that's also true too. Kaunaki. Yeah, but then Kaunaki though was the that fight because it was damn near like a fight of the year, and the niggas went ham. Like the niggas was, the niggas shattered the heavyweight punching record for CompuBox. Like, it was like it was not the type of fight that Kaunaki needed, and it cost him.
Yeah,
and it gave Ariel a second life. A life he probably shouldn't. Now, because I know they were talking about him and Andy Ruiz, which I don't even want to see that.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's a trash fight.
Yeah, heavyweight.
The only way that fight would have been dope if Ruiz would have kept his championship. Only way that fight would have been acceptable. Because just for the whole a Mexican heavyweight championship bout with two Mexicans, and Arreola, he's like the predecessor, for Ruiz.
And you think that Arreola would actually get up for that fight?
Yeah, like that could have really been something, but without the championship, it's just
championship or no championship. I don't want to see that.
No, I feel you. Like
maybe
I wouldn't argue that, but I'm just saying at least with the belt, like you could sell it.
Yeah, if this was the 2009 Arreola, then maybe, but yeah, not the 2020 Arreola.
Yeah.
I mean, but damn, I know I'm an Arreola fan, so I can see it, but I definitely get your point. Like,
yeah, so I mean, we need so
I just want that nigga to win a belt,
to get one at least on his way out, at least.
Yeah, I mean, he could lose it in the next fight, but to say, like, I was happy when Beltran got a belt.
Yeah, I know. Who wasn't? Yeah, Beltran.
Yeah, like, your name is a fucking belt. Like, you gotta get one. Like, but nah, he earned that shit. Like, so I know he didn't keep it long, but the fact that he finally got it,
Yeah, that was a nice moment in boxing.
Yeah, that hit the boxing heart different.
But I won't feel that same way if Pulev pulls off this upset. I'm gonna be disgusted, and I probably won't want to talk to anyone on social media. In fact, I won't even talk to these niggas right here. I won't, because I know they're gonna let me hear.
If Pulev wins?
Yeah, Pulev wins. I already know you're gonna tell me some shit.
He's not winning. We can stop that. We can stop this right now. I'm not even gonna speak that into any type of consideration of existence.
I mean, shit, anything could happen. That nigga waited 3 years for that fight. The only person who waited longer for a fight is damn Elder Alvarez.
Yeah. Oh man, no, that's heavyweights for you though. So
Yeah, like you literally was on like TV, like you had a whole sitcom, and they just turned your series off for like 3 years.
Yeah. But the thing is, though, Elite Alvarez eventually did become champion. Oh man, boxing, you gotta love it sometimes. But yeah, you know, we're all expecting a knockout, and then the knockout is the only thing that will make you happy in this fight. A brutal knockout, hey, why not? The fight should end. But yeah, the fight should end in a knockout of some sort. Stoppage, you know, someone 10 count. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. It should not go to. If it goes a distance, I'm considered a failure in my eyes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll move on from that into our.
On Anthony, but then we could pick apart Anthony Joshua's limitations, like how you be doing Swift.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be up for that.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
This nigga, yo, Joshua's not fucking perfect.
Oh, I know he isn't.
No, I'm saying if he don't fight, like if he doesn't look perfect, if he gets rock buzzed, if he catches 117 punches.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, no, that's unacceptable. Yeah, no, but yeah, we won't, like P said, we won't speak that into existence. You know, we gotta, you know, but yeah, hopefully Saturday afternoon is not a waste of my time or a hard time.
It's funny because you say that because I remember, I think Prolific had texted me about that fight. And he was like, so who you going for? I was like, Joshua, so he takes back Pulev, LOL.
Yeah, you gotta get Prolific.
So, but I know he was just joking, but because we know Pat.
Yeah, so yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah, so yeah, I mean, may the best man win, which is Anthony Joshua. So our final topic of the night is an unexpected one. You know, this shit popped out of nowhere. Not even 12 hours after Spence, you know, defeats Danny Garcia. In pops up tweets from none other than Floyd Money Mayweather announcing his next quote unquote fight. You know, on I think it's like February 21st on a different pay-per-view platform against the other Paul brother, Logan Paul. And then at first I thought it was just some bullshit, but obviously when both Logan Paul and Floyd, you know, they announced it on their Instagrams and their Twitters, so you're just like, why? Like, you know, it's just like, why is this a thing? You know, why are they fighting? You know, and I mentioned before, like last week, like it was announced this week that Tyson and Jones pay-per-view sold 1.6 million pay-per-views. 1.6 million. It's the first boxing event pay-per-view that broke 1 million since Triple G and Canelo 2, which is sad. Like, that just tell you there hasn't been enough boxing events since that fight. Exactly. And then the only one that's come close is Fury and Wilder with like 800 or so, and then that's like still half of what. Yeah, Tyson... on a mainstream level, Fury, Wilder, Pacquiao, Thurman was up there, but that's it really. Yeah, exactly. So and you're talking about two big fights within a 2-year time. Right, and then you get outsold by past prime legends in an exhibition fight, you know, and some YouTube niggas and slam dunk champion. Yeah, and then me and LB, we gave this event praise because, you know, for whatever, you know, somehow this shit made it worked. Like, you know, I think they hit a formula where I think everyone was pleased, even us hardcores. Which I didn't think was going to happen. The only people who have something negative to say about it, most of those people didn't watch the whole card or see it at all. Right. So it's one of those, if you get it, you get it. Exactly. So now, obviously, I think Floyd probably saw that shit and was like, I did this shit. I had a pro fight with Conor McGregor. So let me get into
But
this.
nah, they was working on it because they was, hinting toward it, for months though.
Yeah, they were. They were dropping hints. Floyd was low key threatening. It was like, you don't want any of this shit. You be careful what you ask for. You see what I did to McGregor. Yeah, Floyd was putting all that shit out there. But I didn't think anything was gonna come of it. So yeah, boxing. This is the monster you created. This is the monster that you created. You don't make the fights that people want to see among the stars. You top fighters. You're not making the fights that people want to see, and then all of a sudden, you have people tapping into a different audience that uses boxing as a vessel, as a vehicle, and this is what's going to happen. The celeb boxing, the YouTuber boxing, all this shit. It's not going to go away.
I mean, you niggas love that Carney shit. I don't want to hear shit now.
I mean, when it's done right, when it's presented right, it could do something. Like, we don't know what else is being presented on the Floyd card with all that shit. Like, we already know they just was doing the pre-sales. I think it's $25 now.
Yeah, for the pay-per-view.
$65. And he even put his price down, $65. Like,
yeah,
and that shit still ain't $50, nigga.
Yeah, if you want to watch this for $24.99, nigga, like, I mean, like, and I think it told me that price until he sells like 1 million for that, and after that the price like increases. Some wild shit like that.
I mean, it's smart, but I feel like they should do that for like regular pay-per-views. Like,
I'm saying, like,
you want me to make a commitment for a damn, a fight, a card where I only know the only 2 fights.
Yeah, and like I said,
y'all can't even throw no musical guests on that bitch. Like,
I mean,
you don't know who's gonna be there, nigga. The lunch lady, like, what the fuck, like,
yeah,
who?
Like, this whole the YouTuber boxing thing that's going on. Like, I mean, this shit came out of like honestly, like, I don't understand the appeal of it or how this shit became so damn prominent in this sport. But like I said, it's a monster that now has a life of its own. It wasn't nipped in the bud, and then like the fights that we needed to make, they weren't made, and this is what happened.
Because the most natural fight, when people think of shooting a fade or a fight, they're gonna think of boxing. Exactly. I mean, yeah, MMA is cool and UFC is popping and all that shit, but when it comes down to it, boxing is the end all be all of most people. When they just think about fighting, they thinking about the hands straight up. Word. Especially on a casual level. So then when you take all these people who have major followings on YouTube and they start talking shit to people and people start, okay, I'll fight you, you fight me, niggas think boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Because you gotta throw punches. Like, it's too much shit could go wrong with an MMA fight, and then the specs,
Mm-hmm.
Unless you can get real skilled at certain shit, you're not gonna do the locks right. You're gonna be fucking up. You're gonna be tussling, wrestling on the ground. That shit ain't gonna be looking pleasing. Yeah, because people want to see real athletes do that shit. Like real, boxing is different because people could just be swinging and throwing hands and. Everybody believe in the lucky punch shit, so you have the whole potential, the chance of that potentially happening. Mm-hmm. There ain't no such thing as a lucky arm bar or some shit. and I'm a nigga who don't believe in lucky punches, but if you think a punch is lucky, I mean, you think a damn. Well, let me put you in the triangle choke. Oh, that was lucky.
Oh man, and with this particular fight too, it's interesting because now you're gonna hit some stupid shit because Floyd Mayweather, typically has fought as only as high as 154. And Logan Paul is a goddamn cruiserweight. Like, he's big as fuck. He's brolic. You know, I mean, he may even be walking around at 200 or so. So it's just like, you know, Floyd's other exhibition fight against the Japanese kickboxer, he, you know, that was like a damn near like a bantam, you know, or a feather or some shit like that. You know, and then now he's fighting someone that's extremely, that he probably has a functional, like a 45, 50-pound advantage over him. So it's like what are we doing like an exhibition? And Logan Paul doesn't know how to box like that. So it's just like, you know,
he's the guy who's an athletic guy who went to a gym and he only learned how to do the footwork and the jab. That's it. Because that's the only thing he really could do.
Yeah, so I mean, if Floyd's gonna have to try to make this shit work, like, you know, he's either going to, I mean, most people don't think that Floyd can actually put him away. Floyd can put a Logan Paul away. There's no question that he can't.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna have people thinking like, well, Logan Paul's just too big for him. Like, you know, people still haven't learned.
No.
You know, like, you know, boxing is
Floyd knows his limitations. If he wanted to fight a bigger guy that was skilled, that people thought that people thought would beat his ass, he could have fought Golovkin a couple of years ago.
Exactly.
And
Or he wanted to really fuck around, because Floyd would have trouble with a legit top 10 at cruiserweight. Like,
yeah.
It's cruiserweight.
You don't even have to get the cruiserweight though. Like, you're skipping middleweight, super middleweight.
Yeah. You know, like I said, you know, like, I mean, but a cruiserweight with Logan Paul's skill set is easy work for Floyd for the most part. So you have to wait for him to gas, and he will gas. You know?
Nope.
But I mean, we don't, like I said, we don't know too much any more details other than the early pay-per-view price, and it's February 21st, and it's on a different pay-per-view platform, similar to Triller. It's not like the Showtime or Fox pay-per-views or anything like that. And also for the fact that Gervonta Davis is like, I am gonna be on the undercard, which like is just like, I just shake my head on this because it's just like, you just headline.
Oh nah, that's a good move. Like that's smart if he's gonna be on the undercard. But the thing is, you got to give him a decent fight though. Not saying they gotta be Leo Santa Cruz quality, but somebody who could take him some rounds, somebody who could, you know, because if you're trying to capitalize on Tank popularity and his success, you throw him on a card like this.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, it just feels cheap to actually have to do something like that.
It do feel that way, but you know, we said the same shit about the Tyson Roy fight, you know, card, and you know, we was entertained. So I'm gonna give it the same respect. You know, on one hand, I'm like, man, I didn't ask for this shit. I could care less. You know, on the other hand, yeah, I watch it. You know, I watch boxing. Shit, I'm a boxing fan. So
yeah, especially since, you know, as more details, you know, come about, it's gonna get more effective attention anyways.
And that's the thing. Like, if it's good, you know, and it's executed properly, then yeah, I give it props. You know, I give it praise. You know, I show love. I mean, but if it's trash, then you know you gotta call it trash.
Yeah. I mean, when have we ever held back from calling some shit trash?
If the Tyson Jones card was trash, we would have called it trash. But
yeah,
for the most part, it was cool. It was good. So
yeah, like we were entertained. Like I said, out of all the pay-per-views I watched this year, that was the pay-per-view that was by far the most entertaining box pay-per-view of this year, which is another big what the fuck.
we just had a Spence Garcia pay-per-view, which wasn't bad, but overall the energy from the card, the excitement, it wasn't seeing Tyson Jones, and this card wasn't bad as far as what transpired, but you know,
it's the things that, you know, the things like, obviously we talk about the commentary. Like the
commentary, the Lopez fight was too long. One fight seemed like it could have went on a little longer.
Yeah.
The Khabib fight, I think the Khabib fight.
That one it didn't belong in there, and the other one was like referee in the corner with luncheon, and they were just waiting for someone to get bodied, you know.
Yeah, so it's like, it wasn't a bad card, but worth $75? No.
No, not at all.
So Jake Paul and I'm sorry, Logan Paul and Mayweather,
Yeah. At least, like I said, I mean, because I know
play
that,
tag. Yeah, okay, I get it. Oh,
yeah,
Tank too? Okay, cool. What else?
obviously, I mean, if Floyd wants to see like an influx of anyone buying this stuff, he needs to announce an undercard, like probably in the next couple weeks or so. And because pretty much we all know there's gonna be some Mayweather promotion fighters on this shit. Like,
Yeah, he probably still formulating it now, because the shit's February, right?
yeah.
He got time, but damn, not too much time.
Exactly. So, yeah, like I said, so boxing, like, this is what you've made. Like these type of cards now, and imagine if Floyd sells the most pay-per-views for this year against any other of the pay-per-views that might come about. I mean, obviously, obviously it'll be like a pay-per-view event, because I don't know if Aram's going to hold another top-ranked pay-per-view anytime soon or anything like that. And then the others obviously on the zone, which is streamed. So
too many pay-per-views nowadays.
Right? Yeah, not everything.
It seems like there's a pay-per-view every month or every other month.
Yeah. And yeah, I've bought my pay-per-view. I've bought my one PBC pay-per-view for this year. Yeah, and then
So much for pay-per-views are dead. Sheesh.
Yeah.
Of course, now when you got niggas celebrating the fact that Spence and Porter and Spence Garcia are pay-per-views, when niggas is forgetting that those were just regular, Fox fights with Thurman, like.
Right. Exactly.
So but who am I to be spoiled by boxing doing normal shit?
Oh man, boxing is something else though with these. So yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure like in the next couple of weeks we'll get some more details on this. But yeah, we definitely had to bring it up, because like I said, we're gonna get more. Like I said, we're gonna hear more of this. Once it starts hitting the proper mainstream outlets and whatnot. So yeah, I think that's all I want to talk about for that for now. So I think we come to the end of our show for tonight. P, do you have any final thoughts?
You already know what it is. Ring Gang Radio all day, every day. You already know where to find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, ringgangradio.com. Let's end up this year nicely. You know what I'm saying? We still got some boxing left. I don't want no more bullshit. So let's keep it thorough for the rest of the year. That's all I got to say.
Word.
So.
Absolutely. Hey, LB, do you have any final thoughts, bro?
Oh man, just more of what he said. Just more good boxing. Finish out the rest of the year. Uppercut season.
Yes.
Just make sure y'all hit up ringgangradio.com. Y'all follow the squad. Cartoon episode 3 is in the works. That's really like halfway done right now. Getting all the scripts, vocals, all that shit together.
Mm-hmm.
That shit's really coming to fruition. So be prepared for that. Be on the lookout for that. Make sure y'all hit up ringgangradio.com. Hit up the store. I got the Soul Wars comics now up there. So so y'all like that boxing, action adventure, art shit, the fly dialogue, y'all make sure y'all go ahead and look at that. And shout out to everybody around the world, Podomatic, all the listeners, Anchor, Spotify, Google, everybody that hold Ring Gang down. RIP my nigga Luigi. See you on the other side, bro. Somebody who really fuck with Ring Gang, I know personally, passed like right before this broadcast. So
Word.
I'm shouting them out, because he always fucked with the site and everything, and wanted, he always was positive. My little young nigga, he was like, I think 28, 29. And he wanted the site to do bigger things, so
salute.
I'm gonna make sure Ring Gang do good things.
Yep, salute to that man, for believing in us.
Yep, salute.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much my only thing is obviously, just for Final Thoughts, we do have 2 fight cards other than Anthony Joshua. We didn't really want to go into breaking down them, but they're worth a mention. We have PBC, a triple header main event. We got Chris Primetime or Little B Hawk, Kubrat versus Jaime Arboleda, and then we have in the co-main, Matt Korobov versus Ronald Ellis, and then you hope that Korobov at least gets, because pretty much this last 3 fights have all been some fuckery shit going on, a job, a flat, getting fucked on the other cards, and then a freak injury, fucks his whole shit up, and he gets stopped. So I mean, Korobov, the time is starting to run out, so you're hoping at least he can get a win, an actual solid win,
Yeah, he's due for a win or a good performance.
Yeah. And so I mean, pretty much the card itself, it's rewatchable. And then on ESPN, we got Shakur Stevenson, the last bubble fight of the year, versus Toko Clary. And like I said, I've seen Toko Clary live before, and that shouldn't be any problem with him. And then the co-main though is interesting. We got Felix Verdejo, versus Masayoshi Nakatani, who was most notable given our current lightweight champion Teofimo Lopez some issues.
A better fight than gave him a harder fight than Lomachenko.
Facts.
Yeah. And then also too, Clay Collard and Robesi Ramirez are also on this card too as well.
Oh, Cassius Clay back.
I can't call this nigga Cassius Clay Collard. I'm sorry. I mean, I like dudes like persistence, and dude be going there just to hand out some fades. I can't call this dude. He don't move his head like that. So if anything, those cards should be fairly interesting, especially with a Cassius Clay Collard appearance, because that dude's.
Both
these cards on Saturday.
Yes, they are.
Yep.
They're gonna be
what,
back.
What time? What time is the what time is the Joshua? And what time is the ESPN?
It's in England, obviously, so it's gonna be in the afternoon.
Oh, yeah, I figured.
Yeah, so that'd probably be like 5.
Yeah, so the Showtime and the ESPN. ESPN obviously, Top Rank has its undercard, and then I think the main card. I think it starts at 9 or 10. I forgot what time it is.
Well, who got the better card, PBC or Top Rank? Like PBC.
I mean, I like both cards. Like, I really do. I think. Because they both got the type of fights that are like, okay, that'll hold my interest.
Sound like Top Rank on the Verdejo fight too. Hold on.
Yeah. Verdejo versus
Clay.
Verdejo versus what we call the unknown Asian is going to be a fascinating.
Although he's at this point he's like the 3-6 mafia of Asians. He's the most known unknown Asian.
Oh man.
Yeah, honestly, I think they're both equal, but I mean, I do think that they're they are entertaining on paper. Now we just hope that actually plays out that way. I mean, I have nothing. There's nothing wrong with the PBC card or the ESPN card. So, so like I said, we just hope that it'll be entertaining. It'll be an entertaining night of boxing, especially if Joshua does not KO Pulev brutally like he should. We need that. Yeah. So for myself, Pascal Brandon Milligan representative. For LB, the Go Artist Shuttleworth, Shuttleworth the God, for King P, Bodega P. This has been another wonderful episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. So until next time, peace.